Hello. So I think I messed up and probably kicked everybody out of the meeting. I clicked on the wrong link and ended this meeting accidentally. And so we're going to wait just a couple of seconds for people to get re-logged back in. So I apologize to those of you logging back in. I think you got kicked out because of me. So I apologize about that. So that was my fault. If you got kicked out and then had to come back in. So I apologize. If you guys could type in the chat that you can hear me, that would be super helpful. You could just let me know if you can hear me. That would be helpful. If anybody wants to type in that you can hear me. Looks like my microphone and video is working. So I just want to make sure. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Good. So that means my audio is working. Perfect. Thank you for letting me know. So for those of you that just came in, if you were already in the meeting and got kicked out of the meeting, that was my fault. I clicked the wrong meeting, ended this meeting, and it probably kicked you all out. So I apologize about that. So hopefully we've got everybody back in. Technology is a good thing, but you know, sometimes we have little hiccups with it. So thank you. Yeah, that was my fault. I was the one that did that. I was the one that kicked you out accidentally. Okay. How's it going? How are we feeling? Are you getting the information that you need from me? Are you doing okay with this? Are you getting the lectures? How's it going? Is there anything that I can do to help? Do you have any questions about anything that's happened so far? And remember, as I start talking, I'm going to keep the chat going and I can answer questions all along. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. Have you been able to, I know, a lot of people like physical class better. If you're having trouble with another class that's really stressing you out, don't hesitate to contact that instructor. We all have Zoom accounts. And so you should be able to meet with that instructor face to face like you do with me through their Zoom account. So if you're having trouble in another class, I would definitely encourage you to do that. And I know we all like physical class better. I totally understand that. And I know that we've had some issues with storms last night. And so hopefully if any of you guys lost power, you'll get that power back soon. But I am recording it if anything comes up and you need to watch the video later. So we've been doing this a couple weeks now. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll go over what is going on this week so that we can look at it. Whoops. Okay. And let me get the chat up so that, well, there it is. Okay. So that I can hear what you guys are saying. Okay, there we go. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry. You can always maybe talk to the department and maybe the teacher needs some support on how to do online. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't have any good advice. Okay, let's get back to what we're doing this week. So as you know, I have the Zoom tech support, any tech support things that you need. Here's our weekly overview, and right after I finish this, I'll put the video right here. Here are your assignments for this week. Now it looks longer than it really is, but let's look at this document. There we go. It's coming up. Okay, here we go. So finish up assignments from the last 2 weeks. So those are different things that we've had going on that hopefully you've already done a chunk of it. Okay, so you've got your chapter 5 videos and the homework from chapter 5, you've got your chapter 6 videos, and then homework from chapter 6. So that's all from the last 2 weeks. This new material is what you want to do this week. You have just one lecture on chapter 7. Students tend to remember a lot of stuff from chapter 7. It's graphing lines, finding the slope, and different things like that. So it's definitely things that you guys typically remember. You have homework associated with that. In chapter 7 in WebAssign. This is the different thing this week. You've got a quiz in WebAssign that's due on Friday at midnight. Okay, it's due on Friday at midnight. It is timed, so you want to make sure that you are aware of that time. You have 60 minutes to complete it. You have 2 attempts for each question, but you have no resources on the quiz. So the watch the video, the read it, the practice another problem, none of those resources are on there. So I just want you to be aware of that when you go in to take your quiz. Okay, so that's kind of the big thing this week is you've got a quiz due on Friday. Now, looking to next week, okay, so we've got this week, next week, and then finals week. So we only have 3 weeks left. So looking to next week, you have all of your homework from chapter 5, 6, and 7 should be done. Now, hopefully you've got your homework from 5 and 6 done already. If you don't, you want to kind of up that game a little bit. And then you've got your test on chapters 5, 6, and 7 next Friday. Okay, so that's about 10 or 11 days from now. You've got all that due at midnight next Friday. Your final exam is the following week, but that final exam is on a Thursday. That final exam is on a Thursday. So be aware of that. Keep that in mind. That's kind of where things are going. So you've got what's been going on for the last 2 weeks, what you want to focus on this week, and then you've got what's upcoming in the next couple of weeks. Okay? I just want you to look at this screen on this is the very last screen on the video, and I just want you to know that this does not pertain to you. This is not, this is the video from last semester. So this is the very last screen of the video on chapter 7. So once you start seeing this screen, just ignore it, okay? It's the situation where I'm using last semester's lectures, and I just haven't had a chance to redo it yet. So that is your screen that you're going to ignore this week. So let's go back to our homepage. And so this is what you can download and print, whatever you want to do. Again, you'll have this video right here as soon as I'm done. Here's all your chapter 4 or your unit 4 stuff. You've got a quiz on Friday, test, homework and test the following Friday. Here's your video that you want to look for on chapter 7 lines. That's the video that you need. And everything else is in WebAssign. So let's hop over to WebAssign so that we can see. So this is what it looks like on your screen for WebAssign. Chapter 5 and 6 homework you've already had access to for a while. Here's your chapter 7 homework. Now your target due date for that is next Monday. You want to try to have that done by next Monday. Chapters 5 and 6, the target due date was today. Okay? Your target due date was today. Here is your quiz. Well, I guess I've already started this quiz. So I want to, that's the message you get when you've already started it. I was in the app, okay, so it's not gonna let me go back in. But when you start the quiz, let me see if it'll let me do it here. Yeah, it won't. Okay, so when you start this quiz, it's going to give you a screen that says you only have 60 minutes to complete this quiz. And so you will need to make sure that you complete that quiz within the 60 minutes. Don't let it, don't open it and then leave. You've done it before. Your last quiz was like that. Now, on quizzes, you get 2 attempts. You get 2 attempts. So as soon as you type it in and then you hit submit and it tells you it's wrong, then you can do it again. So you get 2 attempts on that. Now, the difference between a quiz and a test is that for the test, you're only going to get 1 attempt. So be aware of that. Be aware that for the test, you're only going to get 1 attempt. So that's the big thing is your quiz and your homework. And your quiz looks a lot like your homework. It's just that you don't have the watch it, talk to your tutor. You don't have these things right here on your quiz. And again, you know, you hit submit. If it tells you it's wrong, you have another opportunity to do that. That is it. That's about it. What questions do you have for me? What do you need to know? What can I do to help? What do you need? What do you need? Anything I can do, anything that I can do to make this a little bit easier on you. Okay, yes, William? The question is, will the final exam be on WebAssign? And yes, the final exam will be on WebAssign. It'll look a lot like your tests do. You'll have a practice final exam, and then you'll have your final exam like you've been doing the test. You'll be given the final exam will open on Monday, April 27th, and you'll be able to take it anytime between April 27th and April 30th. So the final exam will be due inside WebAssign at midnight on April 30th. And you do want to make sure you get it done by that time. And you'll have a practice final. Yeah. Good. Oh, good. I'm glad that makes you happy. Any other questions? Any other questions? You will have access to the practice final exam next week, definitely by the middle of next week. My goal is to have it to you a little bit before that, but you'll definitely have it by the middle of next week. Next week's test, you'll have a practice test, and you kind of know how that goes. The big thing about the difference between the quiz and the test, on the quiz, you have 2 attempts at each problem. On the test, you only have 1 attempt. So you want to make sure that you're doing okay with that and you're getting it correct, that first attempt on the test. Okay, and if you are in a situation where you have extended time on your quiz and your test, then I do that manually. You're welcome to email me and make sure that I've had that taken care of. But don't hesitate to email me at any point. But I do have my notes on that, and we'll get that extended time added in. Any other questions? Anything I can do to help? Okay, that's all that I have. I'm only an email away, so don't hesitate to email me and let me know. And good luck in your other classes. I know this is a tough transition for everybody, and don't hesitate to email your other classes. I wish you the very best. I'm sorry that there's classes that are stressing you out. Please let me know if this is stressing you out, and I can try to help any way that I can. Okay, well then I am signing off. And well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to make the expectations clear so you guys can be successful. Okay. You guys have a great week. Email me if you need me, and I have office hours here in a little bit today. And then I'm online Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for several hours. Great. It's good to talk to everybody. Bye, guys.